Hey everyone, this is Friedel Hagar AJ Raven. I'm here with my recap and review of the Boruto anime series, episode number 237, which is titled Mobile Fortress. And yeah, this was a fun little action heavy episode. And this arc is far from over, and I'm looking forward to seeing Boruto and his friends. Finally being able to face the entire Funato clan, basically their leaders. So I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to fight whom. Anyway, this episode opens up with Boruto, Kawaki, and Buntan. They are worried about the scientific ninja duo present on the mobile fortress. And yeah, Buntan is like, yeah, I have heard reports of the Funato clan creating this chakra cannon, and it's a very powerful weapon, and we have to get rid of it and all of that stuff. And Boruto's like, yep, we have to figure out a way. We figure out a way in order to stop this weapon, but it's quite gigantic, and Kawaki, Boruto, and Buntan aren't necessarily strong enough to take it down themselves. So they're like, you know what? We need to tell Kagura about it. So Kagura is on Taiki's boat with Hibichiko and Kyoho. And yeah, Salad ends up calling him, and Salad is like, Kagura, we are making our way towards the rendezvous point. We have our survivors and all of that stuff. And Kagura is like, yep, stay safe. We'll meet you there. And once Salad ends up logging off over and out, Boruto ends up calling Kagura, and he tells Kagura about the weapon on the fortress and that the fortress is making its way towards the rendezvous point. And yeah, basically the ship that Salad's on, it's basically going to collide with the mobile fortress and it's in danger. And yeah, Kagura's like, Boruto, you have to do something about the weapon and all of that stuff. And Boruto's like, you know what? Yeah, we'll try and figure out what to do about the scientific ninja weapon, but please warn Salad about the danger and tell her to change the rendezvous point and all of that stuff. And Kagura's like, yep, I'll do that. But before Kagura can contact Salad, one of the Funato clan's patrolling ships, they end up catching up to Kagura's boat, and yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So basically, the patrol ship is after Kagura's ship, and Kagura is like, you know what, we have to use this thing to our advantage. So this is where Kagura decides to basically make his way towards the mobile fortress, and he's like, you know what, we can't necessarily message Salad right now, but what we can do is help Boruto figure out how to stop the chakra cannon. So let's go there. And yeah, so Kagura ends up using Taiki's ship to cause a diversion, and it works. We find out later that it works because Kwaki, Boruto, and Buntan are like, you know what? There are a whole lot of people in the fortress, a whole lot of people for us to basically, yeah, there are too many people for us to take down. We have to think of a plan to get near the scientific ninja weapon. And while they're contemplating about what to do next, this is where Taiki's ship ends up causing a diversion. I guess from what I can remember, it ends up hitting one of the drainage pipes or something. And yeah, everyone is running towards the damage in order to figure out what caused it. And as they're running away, Bruto and the rest notice that a door that serves as an entrance to the ninja to wait a minute, I need to take care of these messages first. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, the door is closing, and Bruto and Buntan and Kwaki is like, yeah, this is our chance. Let's go. And yeah, did you go? Yeah, they are able to make it into this area of the mobile fortress, but two ninjas end up noticing them, and they are like, you know what? We have to ring the alarm. But Buntan stands up, and she uses her lightning style lightning ball jutsu in order to hit one of the ninjas. But yeah, but the remaining ninja, I think he's the one here. He ends up running away in order to cause the alarm, and Buntan and Kwaki and Bruto's like, you know what? We still have time before they come towards us, so we have to figure out what to do about the ninja weapon, and we also have to think of something. We have to figure out how to close this door. And then they hear a commotion, and they're like, okay, so it feels like it feels like the rest of the people are basically fighting someone, and it turns out that Kagura, Kyoho, and Hibichiko are able to make their way towards Boruto. And yeah, Hibichiko uses her ninja sword in order to close the door, and she's like, "Yep, this will give us enough time." So now what? So now we figure out how to stop the scientific ninja dual weapon. But before they can do something, Tenma decides to appear, and Tenma is like, I guess I'll have to handle this situation on my own. And yeah, ever since Tenma was introduced in the previous episode, I have been looking forward to seeing how powerful he is. And he is powerful. He is capable enough. Let's just say that he has a dangerous weapon, which is basically the fiddler crab. And yeah, for those of you who don't know, a fiddler crab is a real thing. It's basically like a kingler from Pokemon, where one of its claws is bigger than the other. So Tenma ends up summoning the fiddler arm weapon. Hibichiko is like, yeah, he's just one single man. I'll go in and fight him. But no, he's able to defeat her quite quickly, and she ends up bleeding. And yeah, it turns out that Kyoho is suffering from some sort of blood phobia, some sort of PTSD, I guess. And whenever he sees blood, he ends up going on a rampage. And yeah, he decides to go and attack Tenma, and he is able to offer a bit of a challenge to Tenma as he's trying to dodge his blows and all of that stuff. And while that's happening, while Tenma and Kyoho are fighting, one of Kyoho's attack misses Tenma, and that causes two steel beams to drop in such a manner that Boruto and Kawaki can use the beams in order to get to the weapon and figure out how to stop it. Yeah, and Kawaki and Boruto are making their way towards the weapon, but Kyoho notices them, and Kyoho starts attacking these two as well. So he's basically, while he's on a rampage, basically like Wolverine, he is attacking everyone without discrimination, and yeah, Kawaki gets hit, and this is where Kagura has to step in, and Kagura ends up knocking out Kyoho, and he's like, Boruto, Kawaki, and Buntan, you guys go and stop the weapon. I'll face Tenma. And then we see Kagura versus Tenma, and yeah, it's clear that Tenma is stronger than Kagura. Like, Kagura isn't necessarily defeated in like 1-2 seconds, but Tenma is giving him a tough time. And Buntan is running away, and Tenma goes after her as well. And yeah, he is able to make quick work of her, and she's falling down from one of his attacks, and he's ready to slice her up. But Kagura decides to come in and rescue her. And Buntan is like, "Why did you rescue me, Kagura?" And Kagura is like, "Well, because I don't want any of my precious friends to get hurt." And I'm like, "Oh, Kagura, oh." So it turns out that Bruto is the one who ends up deciding to try and stop the weapon on his own, because, yeah, Kawaki notices that Tenma is a bit of a stronger opponent for Kagura to handle on his own. So Kawaki is like, I'll help you. And it kind of makes sense. Like, I have a feeling that Bruto couldn't necessarily face Tenma in such a manner, because Bruto doesn't use blades. He doesn't have a sword. But Kawaki has a blade. And yeah, this is basically a sword fight. And Kawaki. So Kawaki basically helping Kagura makes sense. So while these two are fighting, uh, this is where we cut to the ship that Salad is on, and Iwabi's the one who notices something, because it turns out that the weapon has started to charge, and Iwabi is like, wait, what the heck is that? And yeah, this is where he notices that someone is getting ready to shoot them, and he's like, steer the ship away, and all of that stuff. And yeah, Denki is able to steer the ship away, and the first attack ends up missing the ship. But then again, they aren't out of danger right now, because Tenma is like, recharge the weapon again. And Bruto's like, we have to figure out something. We have to figure out a way to stop this weapon. And then he notices these two metal ropes, and he's like, I know what I have to do. So basically, Bruto's plan is that he's going to use a crane in order to divert the direction of the cannon, the chakra cannon, and basically, while doing this, he is also able to destroy the fortress in the process. And I'm like, okay, that's a good plan, Bruto. And Tenma kind of notices that Bruto is up to something, and while the weapon is charging, it's like close to 98-97% being charged, and Tenma is like, stop, don't fire. But yeah, Kagura ends up covering Tenma's mouth, while Kawaki holds Tenma's weapon. So you can see that at first I was like, the weapon that Tenma is using, his arm is inside the weapon, but no, it turns out that it's basically strapped onto his arm in such a way. So yeah, Kawaki and Kagura are able to stop Tenma. And Bruto comes in with the crane, and he's able to divert the cannon while it's shooting a beam, and yeah, due to the diversion, by making the cannon go basically in a circular motion, Boruto is able to damage the fortress in the process. And yeah, after doing that, everyone runs away, and Tenma is like, "I'll kill you all." So yeah, I guess this isn't the last that we have seen of Tenma. And again, I'm looking forward to seeing Tenma, his brother, and their father fighting our heroes. And yeah, I want to see who's going to fight whom. So Denki's ship, that the one that he's captaining, it's safe now. And then we got to Taiki in basically a raft, and I was wondering where Taiki was. But yeah, he's okay. Everyone is okay. Now this scene, it kind of felt weird because these are ninjas. Why are they half submerged in water? Why not just stand up on water? I know that it uses chakra, but come on now. So Denki is able to steer the ship towards his friends, and everyone is on board. And this is where Iwabi, Metal Lee, and Denki notice that yeah, Hibichiko, Kyoho, and Buntan are there. And Iwabi is like, "What the heck are they doing here?" And Salad is like, "Well, it's a long story." And Iwabi is like, "You knew about this and you didn't tell us." And Salad is like, "Well, I didn't have the time to tell you." But it is what it is. It was a fun little scene. And yeah, Kyoho, Buntan, and Hibichiko are very happy because they are like, this mission was a success, so our sentences will be reduced and all of that stuff. They are happy. And I'm like, nah, nah, this arc is far from over. You are going to face more danger. So the episode ends with basically Kagura being like, "You know what, Taiki, you're the one who's going to captain the ship, and I want you to steer the ship back to the hidden mist village so that we can help everyone on the boat." And yeah, everyone is happy that the mission is successful, but the Funato clan is still out there, and you know that they're going to want their revenge. And yeah, this is where the episode ends. I will be doing a written review just for the Geekieri. The link to my written review for this episode will be down in the comment section below as soon as the review is published. It was a fun little episode, fun little action-heavy episode, and it showed us how capable Tenma is as a ninja. So again, I am looking forward to seeing a rematch between Kawaki Kagura and Tenma. But then again, let's see. Again, I have no idea who's going to fight whom, and we still don't necessarily know Kagura's and his brother's father's powers. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Anyway, let me know what you thought of the episode down in the comment section below. And until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later.